Welcome to the Day Trader and Swing Trader Setups watch list, where we look at stocks that broke out on our intraday alerts at the premium alerts at swingtradersetups.com. Intraday alerts create great day trading opportunities as well as carry forward for future days tradings on these breakout stocks. What we do is we review the live alerts that came out intraday on our website for our premium alert subscription holders. We'll keep up with 475 stocks there, and for the breakouts and the breakdowns, they're time stamped with the price, time of the alert, and the time of the post. And also sometimes, like UPS shown here, actually has been on the bull zone for about $7 from several days ago, and this morning it gapped down, and so when it came through the current bull zone breakout, it gave another great alert for an intraday trade setup. So we're reviewing those alerts from our watch list of 475 stocks, as well as scanning for 5 through 5,000 stocks at the end of the day for other alerts similar that came out on different stocks off of our watch list. By subscribing to our service, you're available to see these alerts as they come out early in the mornings or throughout the day. That gives you time to come in and review, see which stocks you might be interested in setting up a swing trade on. We even have these on a weekly alert, and weeklies are really for the long-term swing traders, a better setup on a weekly alert. And for multi-day trade swing traders, these daily breakouts. You also have time to go select some options if you're an option trader before the close of business, since the video comes out after hours. Now we're going to take a quick look at the watch list for the stocks that triggered today, then a quick 3-minute tutorial on support and resistance levels that are on our charts for the new viewers, and then we'll get right into the complete list, and we will go through chart by chart and give you a 10-second view of each chart so you can see what might or might not be at support and resistance levels on these alerts. Thanks for watching our video. Subscribe to our channel while you're here. Okay, let's get started. Real volatile day today, and keep that in mind when looking for swing trades especially. We got on the daily bull break, we only had 9 stocks that broke out in that area today, and the weekly added quite a few, and some of those pulled back. Weight Watchers have been on here for days. It made a pullback today. The bear breaks added a few more today on the daily, and I think we picked up a couple on the weekly. So that's your complete list. We show this at the beginning of the video so that you can pause the video, go to your charts, and look at anything you want to look at. And we get the video started off with that, and then we're going to hit about a 3-minute tutorial for new viewers to understand what all these green and pink lines mean on my chart. And then we'll get right into the videos where we can walk through and we review each chart where we can see where it may or may not be. You know, this is a prime example right behind us here on what stocks do, that they run up to my pivot, target 1, target 2, they bounce. Classic chart just happened to be right there on KSU off a daily. When they start down, that's the levels they go through, and this is why I like to show you the charts. We've got this breaking down, and then it's at the bounce level, and it's already ran 2 sections. You may very well get a move up. Now this today was some NAFTA news that caused this stock to fall heavily this afternoon, and you notice where it bounced from, right off my target 2 line. Get the tutorial out of the way and we'll get going through these stocks. Try to keep it shorter tonight than I did yesterday. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first-time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, it's my bull zone, and when the red line is up, it's my bear zone. You need to be aware of support and resistance lines and what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for, and as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support, and that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bull zone, a bear zone, excuse me, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, when it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. That was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean. You'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50-period moving average. This orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here, and the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. This pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance. And that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started. Don't forget, at the end of the video, we have the 5-day look back on the alerts going back from yesterday, day before that, and before that. Full 5-day look back on the bears and the bulls, give you a chance to take a look at in detail. Remember, we're on a weekly chart here, and that your breakout level for the weekly bull break was 51.01, and that the green line next to the bar represents that price for you, so you can get a visual on it as well as pick it up right here. This was the net change on this stock for today, up $1.49 over yesterday. And this is the week, excuse me, not yesterday. This is the daily, for the up for today. This is 193 on the bull break of this price since the break. So see, this broke yesterday is when it first showed up. Since you're up $1.93 and the net for the day was 149. As we work down these, you can pause the charts, you can look and see where they are on the progression through the support and resistance lines. Through my target 1, target 2, you got the 200 period here in orange, and a 50 period is the blue line. It also crossed through there. It's weekly chart, and as I toggle down, this will be highlighted in blue. You'll be able to see the chart that we're on highlighted, pick right up on the price, and then review the chart over here and pause at any time you want to take a closer look. The idea is for me to be fairly quiet and keep you moving through these charts so you can get a quick look. And I'm trying to keep these videos under 30 minutes, preferably around 20. I don't know what this stock was. It I think exploded in the middle of the day. This stock here, take note that you're approaching old resistance up here on this move up today. This broke out yesterday on our bull zone alert, and also on this one as well right at the end of the day on the weekly. Hog here at the 50 week here. This has been a monster run, and actually just hit my bull zone on the weekly here, but it hit the bull zone on the daily the very first time it showed up back on around November the 22nd, 24th actually. Which was where the week where you see the cursor. This broke into my daily bull zone at $43.29 on November the 24th. Moving on to the bears. Again, we're on a weekly chart. This stock hit this level yesterday toward the end of the day, down 248 so far from the alert at your line here, down $1.64 today. That concludes our weeklies, and we're going to move right on into the dailies. While you're here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Twitter or StockTwits at Daytrader Setups. And our website is daytradersetups.com and swingtradersetups.com. Don't forget this video is being brought to you by our premium alerts at swingtradersetups.com. They're real-time alerts. They're posted on our website, and we're looking at our bull zone weekly and daily breakouts and our bear zone weekly and daily breakouts that are in one category on the website. And there are other categories that are more aggressive for the more active trader as well. And by having a subscription to that service, you get all these alerts intraday as they happen, and one subscription gets you access to everything, as well as our chart system. If you would like to get it, I can set you up a couple of different ways to have the green and pink lines available for your charts as you review. Let's go forward. Okay, we're moving right along. We're back on our daily chart. We've got our bull break and our bear break charts to scroll through here. This stock gapped up through the bull break line. Remember, the green line indicates where this dollar figure is on the bull zone trigger. This was UAL. Actually, this stock, it broke on the weekly last week. If you were looking at our weekly bull zone last week, this stock actually came up on our weekly breakout. So it continues to go forward. That breakout last week was at $68.24, which would be right along in here, and it kind of based sideways. Actually pull back a little during the week, as you can see your candle. This is that 5 days. This was yesterday, so these 5 candles were the weekly breakout at 68.23, and then that continued on up now. So you can see you got a $5 profit in that on a weekly bull zone that showed up last week. Continue to scroll down these. Don't forget, you're highlighted right here what we're looking at, your breakout level and your P&L at the end of the day. I like where this stock is setting up too. It's not an aggressive day trader, and I don't know if you noticed as I was going through these SRPT, I put a star on it. That puts it on my favorites list because I'm interested in watching it tomorrow for day trading purposes. I did that as well on data to pick up and make sure I remember to have it on some of my list. I stick to a pretty tight list of stocks for my day trading. I know how they act. I know their personalities. And then I try to throw in a few that I pick up off of these for a day or two, and if they keep giving me good trades, I try to stay with them. And then I'll rotate in a few more to replace those along the way, and I stay kind of with my core list as well. Getting on into the bears. This is AAL. This whole sector's been kind of selling for a few days. and it broke the 50-day. Tested it a few days ago, opened below it, tested it yesterday, closed below it today, opened, tested it, failed it. All of this is sitting on this green line here now. That's an old high back here that was created just to the left here, and now that is our support line, and it's struggling with that for support. It's rejecting the 50. If it breaks on down, you can look for further movement down on the stock, my opinion. American Tower here, AMT. It did hold the 200 day today, which happens to be lining up with my yellow line. There's my lower pivot. It don't look real good on the weekly charts. This stock's coming off the top after a pretty good run up. Lost a 50 day today. Actually cleared the price level yesterday and then bounced enough to stay out of the bear zone yesterday, so it re-cleared it this morning. And kind of getting some factors for some acceleration. It wouldn't surprise me at all to see this stock continue on down. You got a little support area here, but somewhere between this red line and this green line, if not lower, the next couple of days. You're at the 50 day here. This gap down into it last week. Gave a little bounce. It's back and closed below the 50. Got the 200 day right on it. It bounced off the 200 last week. The 50 week is not very far down in this area right in here. This is not a real predictable stock. It gapped down into this support in the 50 area. I don't know if I try to swing trade that or not. This stock, I want to bring something. I'm going to come back to this right there at the end. I want to show you something on this one. And I want to talk about this one as well. That's all of our list. We got our recaps of the 5 days coming up. I want to show you these last two here we were looking at just for a second. This stock has, I'll move this up here, done my cycles, came down, held some old lows. These pink lines were previous lows that were here before this stock got here on this particular time back in November. So it held old support and then it broke back out. Here's my lower pivot. I always like to get back out above my pivot Many times they'll go up and come back and even revisit before they continue on up. In this case, it didn't revisit once it got out above it, and it continued on up. Target 1, target 2. Then it gave some pullback. When it gave those pullbacks, it came back into this little pink line, going back in the distance somewhere. This stock has sold down to that area and bounced in the past, so it got back above that little line and it became support as well as the 50-day. Sluggishly moved for a while, got up, made it back to this old high. It tested it, made a slightly higher high on this gap up that particular day and sold off pretty hard. Now, I talk about this a lot, that a stock will come down below my pivot and go back and visit. So it's got weakness. It went back to my upper pivot, visited that, and then sold off. Target 1, target 2. Bounced back to target 1. Target 1 from there, target 2. This has done the full scenario. This is a classic of how stocks trade and how I incorporate my pivots and my targets. Now, if you subscribe to our premium alerts, I'll give you access to these levels as well over on TradingView. You can get an account over there. Don't have to pay anything for real-time data. It's free to use. I'll grant you permissions to the indicators over there so that you can have these plots on your charts. And just to go to refer to, you don't have to use it to trade with or anything else. You can use it to refer to these levels if you're in something and you're looking at where it's going to go and what might happen. You can also, even without real-time data, once these plots are here, they tend to stay for quite a while. You can go back on even an hourly or a 30-minute chart or other time frames other than daily and weekly, and you reference these for intraday trading as well. And that's available to our subscribers. I grant the permission. You get to use those as long as you're subscribing. So this stock now has ran all the way back down to here. Whether it can hold or not, I don't know, but it's run a full cycle, and this was just a great opportunity to show you how stocks act and react to different levels. And that's exactly why I have them on these charts. Then I want to go back to Kimberly, and I want to switch you over to a weekly. We're done with that list. And it has sold off very similar to what we were just looking at on a weekly basis. Gave some bounce, took out the target levels, base for a while at second target, lost it again, went back down, lost the pivot, revisited this low from back here, made a lower low, held around there for 4 weeks, came back up, nice bounce, all the way to target 1, pushed on through to the 50 week. It fell there, pulled back, gave this dance, and now it's back to the pivot. This works just like a daily chart. Sometimes these stocks run up, they revisit the pivot, and they go again. And I'm bringing that up because this is on the bear zone list on the daily chart. It could easily hold here, and that's why I wanted to show that to you for one thing. Second thing, I want to show you that you could access these lines for your own use with your subscription service. We're going to give you that little review the last 5 days and shut this video down. Thanks for watching again. I'm really just putting these up here for you so you can see the list of stocks. That's the only purpose. Then you can stop the video and look and go from there. This is today. This is this week. This is yesterday, the day before. The check marks mean they're still in the bull zone, and the bull zone calculates higher as it moves along. It's still maintaining that momentum if it's still in the bull zone. So I'm giving you that as a reference material to work your trades from, or if you're in a trade to maybe help you stay in it for a continued move when you might have an inside day or something. Remember, the profit is based on the breakout level. That was the exact same level it broke out of over here on the first day. As it carries forward, it keeps that level all the way through, gives you the profit at the high, and then at the end of the day where it still stood in reference to this. When you lose your bull zone level but you still maintain the yellow bar, that's referencing my trend strength indicator that the trend's still intact. So like on AGN, we had a down day. I'll zoom this in a little bit for you. Had an inside bar today compared to yesterday, and our breakout level was 174.66. We are down 67 cents from that level, but I still got the strength indicator down here. I've lost the bull zone because I didn't stay up here, but I've still got the indicator saying this could still be a strong breakout, and I still believe it is. I actually have this on my favorites list. If you'll notice the little star, it's one of the top of my list for tomorrow to watch. If the spread's not too bad, I'll be trying to trade this. So that's what I want you to understand about no bull zone, but you still got the yellow bar. You want to still keep paying attention because these can re-break. Same thing on Anthem here. It lost the bull zone inside day. Still intact for possible further breakout. So I'm letting you see these. I got to slide this down for you. Make sure I'm not cutting any of your stocks off. Right below Humana, so we want to make sure we keep Humana at the top there. Just went out of view. Okay, you got all of the stocks are in view. Got a chance to see them all, top to bottom on the list. The reason I moved that so you can pause it again, pick up these new ones at the bottom. I'm going to slide this up so now you can see the ones in the lower list. Again, this is day 1, day 2, 3, 4, and 5. Going back where these alerted at. I'll give you a chance to pause the video here if you need to, and then we're going to slide this down so you can see what's on the bottom of the list. That's all I'm doing this for, to try to give you a complete view of every stock we featured in the last 5 days. We're going to move on to our bear zone now. These are the bear zone alerts for the last 5 days. Again, this is this week, this is today, yesterday, day before, day before, day before. You've got the same check mark showing you if they're still in the bear zone, and the same yellow lines if the tendency to go further is still intact. And I want to slide this one down a little bit so you can get the view of the bottom few stocks there. And that gives you a complete look at everything. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.